Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here with Brandon and Koa, and we're going to demonstrate all the obedience commands that Koa has learned while he's been with us for training. The training equipment that we're using, which is a standard 6-foot web training leash. You'll notice that Brandon keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, which leaves his left hand free to make a correction. The correction we give here at school is a tug and release on the training collar. That's the second piece of equipment. We're also using the occasional treat and a clicker. Now the first command we're going to demonstrate is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Koa heel. Now at this point, Koa's got a job to do. And for a bird dog, a hunting dog, this is difficult to stay even with your left leg, no forging ahead or lagging behind. And what we're using is a combination of, again, clicker, the occasional treat, and praise to keep Koa focused on her handler, or on his handler. The biggest thing with Koa at home is going to be to work. These dogs need a ton of training, a ton of exercise, nice automatic sit there. Now the next command Brandon can demonstrate is going to be the sit stay. It's a hand and a voice command. It's a stationary command, so we don't use his name. And in the beginning, start off at about a minute, working up to 3 minutes for your sit stay. And this is difficult because if a bird flies by, a squirrel, anything, then sometimes all bets are off. When Brandon returns back to Koa, returns right back to heel position, Koa gets a click for doing a good job, and they take off heeling. Anything you can do at home with Koa as far as mentally fatiguing him, exercise, training is going to be huge. Now if he didn't sit, Brandon says no, sit with a little correction. We'll do that sit stay one more time. And again at home, when you're practicing, 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. Practice in an area like we have here if you have one. If not, then indoors. But that's going to be huge. Setters are tough. Brandon can call Koa out of that. The command is Koa come. And that was great. Came right back to Brandon, sat automatically, no jumping, none of that. And if you notice when Brandon called Koa out of that, it was very soft. I mean, it wasn't too energetic because Koa can come back a million miles an hour. We're going to show you that sit stay one more time. And it's important with your setters and your difficult breeds to make them do the command. So you can see if it took Brandon 1 or 2 corrections to make sure that command was obeyed and was listened to, then he does that. You can call Koa out of that. Very nice automatic sit. A little tiny treat. You can use kibble, or if you're using a treat from home, I mean, break that up into really small pieces. Now the next command we're going to demonstrate for you is going to be the down from heel position. No, sit, there you go. Then always have Koa seated, left open palm towards the ground. The one-word firm command to down and to stay. Now with your down stay at home, it can last longer than your sit stay. Dogs typically will hold it longer. The only downside to a down stay is that their nose is closer to the ground, so there's twigs and smells and all of that good stuff. Brandon returns back to Koa. Koa expects to get another command, and they took off heeling. So everything we try to make, I mean, we want it to be fun, but with your setters and your challenging dogs, I mean, there's got to be some structure to it as well. That was a good automatic sit there. We'll do that down one more time. Now, and a lot of times too with Koa, there's a fine line. I mean, I think, you know, sometimes praising your dog, sometimes it sounds silly, but can be too much of a stimulant, too much excitement to where they get distracted. So keep that in mind. I mean, Koa being near you, on your side, working with you is a great thing. Brandon can call Koa out of that. So he's been a lot of fun. He's been a handful, but we would expect nothing less of a setter. And we want to thank you so much for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company to train Koa, to trust us with Koa. If you need follow-up training, boarding in the future, we're always here for you. And again, we want to thank you completely for trusting us and all of us from Nora's Dog Training Company. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.